Good morning to all. Today we are going to see about what is the meaning of GST and then features of GST. Now we are going to see what is the meaning of GST. GST is nothing but it's a goods and service tax. It's a general tax on consumption of goods and services, and it is levied indirectly as it's a multi-state system with the deduction of the previous tax. And the main reason for which the tax is levied on enterprises like producers, manufacturers, traders, and then service providers, and then which including the tax in the price by monitoring it separately on the invoices. So indirect taxes is paid all kind of consumers. And the next one, features of GST. We are having some features of GST. First one is the concept of supply. And the GST concept of supply is very important one. GST is applicable on supply of goods or services as against the tax or to the manufacture of goods or on sale of goods or on the provision of services. So it's both applicable to the supply of goods as well as the services. And the next one, dual GST. So GST with the central and the state concurrently levying its on common basis. The GST levied by the center is called Central GST, CGST, and the state including the union territories is called SGST, like the state GST. Union territories without the levy union territories. So we are having the dual concept. Dual means double concept. So here we are having the CGST and the SGST concept. And the next one is the integrated goods and service tax. Integrated goods and service tax is levied on the interstate of supply of goods or services. This is mainly collected by the centers of the credit chain is not disturbed. The import of goods are treated as interstate supply and are subject to IGST in addition to the customs duty. And then next one is the scope of GST. Under the feature, the scope of GST is applicable to all goods and services except the alcohol for human consumption. And mainly this GST is classified on 5 specified petroleum products, and it's applicable from a date to be recommended by the GSTC. And then next one is the exemption threshold. So under GST Council determined that the business is northeastern and hill states with annual turnover below 10 lakh are out of the GST net, while threshold for the exemption is the rest of India is annual turnover of 20 lakhs. So we are having the limit of 10 lakhs if the business is located northeastern and hill states. Suppose the business is located within the India means the annual turnover is 20 lakhs. It is a threshold limit. And then input tax credit. So input tax credit is a main and another special feature of GST. So this input tax credit is available in respect of taxes paid on any supply of goods or services are both used or intended to be used in the course of business. The features removes the effect of tax levied. It's a main feature in the records. Availability of input tax credit for the integrated supply also. So we are having the input tax credit. We can say it as an ITC. So ITC of CGST allotted for payment of CGST and IGST in that order. And we have to be allowed the payment of SGST and then UTGST also. And then next one, HSN code. So HSN code is nothing but it's a harmonized system of nomenclature. So it is a free trade economy. Identification of goods and services in one name across global is important. It helps the revenue authorities to take the goods or services at optimum rate. So it order being uniformity in naming the code like the HSN code. It helps to identify the business transaction easily. So we can use this common code is an HSN code. Okay, and then next one, service accounting code. Settlement of accounts. Settlement of accounts under GST. Accounts are settled periodically between the center and the state to ensure that the credit of SGST used for the payment of IGST is transferred by the organizing state to the center. Similarly, the IGST used for payment of SGST will be transferred by center to the designated particular state. Its supply could also be transferred by center to the another state, designated state. The transfer of fund could be carried out on the basis of information contained in the returns of filled by the taxpayer. And the next one, electronic filing. Electronic filing, it's under the GST. The returns to be filed includes the following details like purchases, sales, input tax credit like the GST paid on inputs or purchases, and then output tax GST. Output tax GST means it's a sale mode. So we can file the details likewise, purchase, sales, input tax credit, and then output tax credit. And the next one is the modes of payment of tax. So various modes of payment of tax available to the taxpayer, including both the internet banking, debit, credit card, and national electronic fund transfer like the NEFT or RTGS. RTGS means real time cross settlement. So we can use this kind of payment apps to make the payment of the tax system. And then next one is the TDS and TCS mechanisms. So TDS means tax deduction at source. It refers to the tax which is deducted when the recipient of goods or services makes some payment under the contract. TDS is applicable for government departments, local authorities and government agencies. And then TCS refers to the tax collection at source. So to the tax which is collected by the electronic commerce operator when a supplier supplies some goods or services through its portal, and the payment for that supply is collected by the electronic commerce operators. So the online sellers like the Amazon, Flipkart, like that we can use this. And the next one is the self-assessment. So self-assessment. Assessment means determination of the tax liability under GST laws. So system of self-assessment of the tax payable by the registered person is a unique feature of GST.